Before I start this lesson, I'd like to give all praise and glory and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Akakadash, double honor to the apostle, elders, and bishops, a great millstone who rule well and teach well. Shalom to 144,000 men that's pushing and believing his word in all true sincerity and sacrifice their lives of us to do so. Shalom to the men, women, and children that's tuning in and listening. And shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad to all four corners of the earth. The Heavenly Father name is Yahweh. His only begotten Son name is Yahweh Shai. The Lord won this video edifying, quick and straight to the point. This video right here will be entitled The Downfall of an Empire. And I entitled this lesson like this because I was meditating on some other things that always leads up to the downfall of an empire. And the beginning, one of the things that is the beginning of the downfall of an empire is when a king rules unjustly and passes legislations and laws, right, that doesn't benefit the people but the government itself. And in some way, shape, or form, that king or whoever is ruling, his own subjects turn against him. And that happens quite literally a vast majority of the time, and when these heathen empires are ruling, even in some Israelite kingdoms or rulerships, I should say, have dealt with that specific thing, because a lot of rulers aren't true rulers. They don't know how to rule over their people in righteousness. So all the things that we're seeing, beginning with the gas prices going up, making the everyday average American suffer. Trump recently did say, DJ Trump did recently say, he said gas prices are good. But the Strait of Hormuz, right, we need, the people of America, Babylon the Great need that oil, because why? It helps us maneuver in our everyday lives, right? And that's closing down a trade, right? And every time an empire falls, they cut off the supplies. This is one of the ways to cut off supplies. And Babylon the Great is losing their allies. The small hats are making America lose their allies. Because why? It's prophecy. So I'm going to start off in Isaiah chapter 19 real quick. I'm not going to make this long. Lord willing to edify yet again. This is Isaiah chapter 19. Let's start at verse... I'll start at verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And that's what's going on. We're seeing the uprisings of a civil war between all ethnic groups. Everybody stressed the hell out. Everybody got to worry about their neighbor. And by worry about their neighbor, I mean a lot of people are worrying about their neighbor doing something to them that negatively impacts them. Then you got to worry about your so-called your government that rules over you. You got a lot. These American people are stressed the hell out, stressed thin. And verse 3, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they shall seek to the idols, and to the chambers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. And all these idols that these people run to for comfort, the Lord's cutting that off. These people worship the Jesus demon, the JC demon. All of these deities that they rule, which are not true gods. Guess what? They're running to them for comfort, but the Lord is cutting it off. It's a time period of when the Lord allows these people to tap into those demons, but those demons and whatnot, they don't have no power. Verse 4, and the Egyptians I will give into the hand of the cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh, the Lord of hosts. And that cruel Lord is talking about what? DJ Trump. Some people are, these elites are pulling the strings to bring in the NWO. that's why he's doing these things to the economy, right? Making these big drastic mistakes to crash the economy, right? A lot of places are a lot of countries are doing away with the dollar. And he's bringing in the NWO, which is the MOCB real soon. You know, Elon Musk doing his chip and what's the word I want to use? He's doing his chip and test runs, trial runs, and whatnot. But now it's people that actually got the MOTB running around with it, scanning themselves. So this is what we're seeing. So the more Trump does these things that negatively impact the U.S. economy as a whole, not just the city, but as a whole country, as a whole nation, the more we're seeing that cruel Lord making these decisions that ultimately impacts the people to the point of where they're going to rebel against their own government. You even got people that was for Trump even speaking out against him. You have many people saying, yeah, well, I voted for him, but I regret my decision. Which, obviously, your vote don't even matter, because these elites are going to put in power whoever they want to put in power, right? But the point of it is that these people that was all down for Trump, right, that Making America Great Again hat, which that's what MAGA stand for, you know, they don't believe in that no more, right? So from here, I'm going to jump to Nahum 3. Nahum been on my mind a lot lately. But this is Nahum chapter 3. And I start at verse 1. Woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. And yeah, this is exactly what we're seeing. We're seeing a city, right? America, Babylon the Great, this place, which is the bloody city, is what? It's full of lies and robbery. Nothing that is built off of lies and robbery stand. And we see that. Even if it has a period of time it's flourishing, it always end up falling. It always end up being destroyed. Because why? It's full of blood, robbery, and lies. You stole the Negroes and Latinos and really the Latin tribes and the the so-called Native American Indians land over here. Then you brought the southern kingdom, which consists of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. You brought them over here to the Americas, South and Central first, then brought them to what? North America primarily, right? You broke them and made them, beat them till they couldn't even function anymore. So now what? You're seeing the downfall of your society because why? You afflicted the children of Israel. Right, so I'm gonna jump down because of the multitude of whoredoms, the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft that sell the nations through her whoredoms, and the families through her witchcrafts. Behold, I'm against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face. Right, and this is what we're seeing. Oh, actually, let me fully read the verse. I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will shew the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy saying. And yeah, since Trump is making these drastic decisions, right? These nations that were trading with America, they see that. You know, this place is known for the sorcery and witchcrafts that they push out, right? The doctrines and philosophies are, oh, well, a woman can surpass a man. It's okay to allow pedophilia and bestiality and all these things. This is the epicenter of wickedness because everything is allowed. There's a vast majority of things that are allowed here, which in the other countries they don't even allow. You know, and then now obviously these other countries still go off, but the laws that are put forth that are supposedly supposed to be for everybody, these elites break them. You see the politicians break them. The king the president that's running in office that is in office right now, he was on not just on the Epstein list, but he was quite literally shown doing some horrendous things, right? Touching kids, touching women, groping women, so on and so forth. you know. And Trump ain't no saint, and he ain't a clean individual. You allow people to like this to rule. Allow a vast majority, all of your presidents. You know, you got the founding fathers, and then what's the other ones? The founding fathers. Damn, I forgot the other ones. But you got all of these very high figures in society that are wicked. They quite literally, your founding fathers owned slaves. Your most famous presidents and notorious, George Washington, right? The first president, as they say, right? He owned slaves. Andrew Jackson, right? All of these individuals have owned slaves, right? And they was Negroes, and so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So from here, I'm gonna go ahead and go to Psalms 9 real quick, and then I'll close out. This is Psalms chapter 9, and I'll start at verse. I'll jump to verse 16. The Lord Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executeth. And yeah, the Lord is known by his judgments. The Lord is going to be known even more so, right? We got the examples in Joshua too, right? That these other heathens know the Lord by his judgment. The Lord isn't coming to play games. He isn't coming to shake everybody's hand and save everybody. He's coming back to save a particular group of people. And not just a particular group of people that were predestined. So it's a very few number of people. The Lord, I'm going to restart this. This is Psalms chapter 9 verse 16. The Lord Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Right? Hagen Ayin Salah. The wicked shall be turned into hell, and the nations that forgot Yahweh. And yeah, these nations are going to be what? Turned into powder. They're going to be destroyed, because when in Revelation 6, right, when it says that white horse conquering came in, I'm butchering it, but roughly paraphrasing, when Yahushua comes back, he's coming to conquer, right? These nations are going to be destroyed because why? They imprison the children of Israel. Verse 18, for the needy shall not always be forgotten. The expectation of the poor shall not perish forever. And yeah, the poor, what? The Israelites. We are the poor. We're the most oppressed people on the planet Earth. Right? And we're not going to be forgotten because the what? Yahweh Shai is going to come back and deliver us. Simply put, well, the elect, Lord willing, right? Arise, O Lord, let not man prevail. Let the heathen be judged in thy sight. And yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. We're going to see Yahweh Shai return on that with the chariot, pursuing the second Ezra 13, right? And judge and wage war and destroy the multitude of the armies that are in that valley of Yehoshaphat. Verse 20, put them in fear, O Lord Yahweh, that the nations may know themselves to be but men, Salah, or Selah. And yeah, that's exactly what the Lord is going to do. Put these heathens in check. Put them in reminder. When Yahushua, what's that, 1 Corinthians 15, when it mentions he put all things under subjection and under his foot, that's exactly what the Lord is going to do. You're going to make and subdue and defeat these other nations, right? By way of what? World War III, right? And also by what? The nukes and the plagues and pestilences. But Yahweh Shai, more importantly, is going to judge these people by way of what? War, right? In Isaiah 66, 15 and 16. Right? The anger of the... I'll grab it to close out, actually. Because this is exactly what the Lord is going to do. This is Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 15. For behold, the Lord Yahweh will come with fire, right? Fire. And with his chariots, Salakia, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with rebukes, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. So what? Them chariots are going to come back and what? Be burning people. Simply put, that's why in Second Ezra the flaming breath, it goes into all of that, right? That's the chariots and them laser beams that's going to literally not just turn people into straight ash. Simply put. Verse 16, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord Yahweh shall be many. Yeah, meaning what? The Lord is going to be judging a lot of people. A lot of blood is going to be spilled. A lot of bodies are going to be dead, simply put. And this is the eventual downfall that has been written for America, Babylon the Great. So with that, Lord, willing, this video edify, I'm going to close out by giving all praise and glory and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, V'Kakwadash. Lord, willing, this video edify, and on to the next one. Shalom.